Hello everyone. Let's start our new organelle, that is mitochondria. Mitochondria is also known as powerhouse of the cell. Power, energy, from where the energy is supplied to rest of the cell or to rest of the organelles. So for that the energy is generated within this organelle, which is known as mitochondria. Now let's talk about the structure first, then we are going to discuss the function side by side. So this mitochondria is a double membrane bound organelle. As you can see, two membranes are there. One is the outer membrane and one is the inner membrane. Okay, this is mainly present in all the aerobic eukaryotes. Aerobic eukaryotes which require oxygen during the respiration, they are the aerobic organisms. Okay, in case of prokaryotes and in anaerobic eukaryotes, mitochondria are absent. Fine. So we were talking about the structure, outer membrane and inner membrane. Inner membrane, as you can see, this is highly infolded, and these infolded structure, these are known as cristae. As you can see, these infolds, ये वाले जो structures हैं, these are the cristae. Now we can just imagine that why it could be like that, why the structure is highly infolded. These structure which are present, these are similar to that of the racket of tennis one, like this, they are present. Okay. These are the structure, elementary structures which are known as oxysome. These are the actual site where the ATP is produced. ATP is what? Energy currency. So where this ATP is produced, that is these oxysomes. And this inner membrane, by getting infold, it will provide higher surface area for more production of ATP molecules. ठीक है, जितने ज़्यादा ये सरफेस एरिया यहाँ पर इसको मिलेगा, उतने ज़्यादा ये ऑक्सीजोम के स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होंगे and more ATP will be produced as a result of it. So this inner membrane is infolded, reason to increase the surface area for the metabolic activities to take place, for the production of more ATP molecules within the cell. Fine. This we have discussed. Inner membrane, highly infolded to form crista, this one, and these cristas or this complete inner membrane form bear the oxysome. Oxysomes are what? This is that particular elementary structure which is the actual site where the ATP molecules are synthesized. Okay. Now this ATP is what? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. This is the energy currency. It means we are getting the energy in the form of ATP. Okay. So this organelle, as a result, like ATP is produced. So ATP is produced as a result of respiration. So mitochondria is site for the cellular respiration. Cellular respiration means respiration within the cell. Okay. So for that, where that respiration is going to take place? Within mitochondria. That's why it is a site for cellular respiration. And the most important thing, that is this characteristic, semi-autonomous organelle. Okay, this is the autonomy of organelle, means it is independently perform its functions. What kind of functions? As it is having its own DNA, its own ribosomes, so it can make its own copy. Means what? If any new mitochondria is going to be formed within the cell, that is going to form from the pre-existing mitochondria due to the presence of DNA. Okay, DNA is present, then it can make its own copy. It can make few structural proteins of its own due to the presence of ribosome. But for few structural maintenance and for performance of few functions within mitochondria, it depends upon the nucleus also. Okay, completely it is not going to perform all the functions. Semi means half. ठीक है, completely independent नहीं है, कुछ dependency nucleus पर भी है इसकी. So few of the structural and functional activities are going to be controlled by the nucleus also. This is semi-autonomous. Semi-autonomous means as it is having its own DNA which can help the mitochondria to replicate. Okay, DNA is there, then it is going to produce RNA also. Fine, they are going to grow internally by themselves, and when the new mitochondria is going to be developed, that is from the previous one, that is by binary fission method, they are going to form the new one within the cell. Okay, and that depends upon the availability of the material within the cytoplasm. Okay, now this one, mitochondria are miniature biochemical factory. It means what? They are going to act as a particular site within the cell which is responsible for the food or that respiratory substrate, it can be any, which is get oxidized within the cell. As a result, the energy is produced and that is used by cell or cell organelles for various biochemical activities. Fine. When we used to talk about glucose, so glucose is going to be entered into the mitochondria and it is in the presence of oxygen broken down into CO2, water plus ATP. This ATP we have got as an energy. So if it is asked where the ATP is produced, that ATP is produced in the mitochondria. What is the respiratory site within the cell? That is mitochondria. So as a result of whole, as it is responsible for providing energy, power provide कर रहा है cell को cellular activities के लिए, because of that reason it is known as powerhouse of the cell. Fine. Other than that, it usually help in storing few ions, few minerals, like calcium is stored temporarily in the case in mitochondria also. When it is required, then the calcium is released from the mitochondria. Okay, and few biochemical substances like chlorophyll, then few alkaloids are there, that is of like in that way few chemicals, biochemical substances, they are also synthesized sometime in mitochondria. Fine, this is all about mitochondria. Thank you.